Guys, why the f do we do this? Seriously, I can't remember the last time I enjoyed myself playing in a disc golf tournament. Okay, to be fair, I knew that shit since I was 17. But for some reason, I can't get away from this stuff. What can I say? I have an addiction. And the fam over at Ink Me Dice supports my habit. So I appreciate them getting me into playing the worst disc golf tournament I've ever participated in. Which really sucks because it was at my home course. I'm going to blame it on it being literally 10 degrees outside and the fact that I'm a bitch. At least I got to play with my homie Drew, so I wouldn't be the worst putter on the card. And then we got the bro Joel, even though he putts with daggers, as if that's not a dead giveaway to get spit in your face. My first excuse for sucking dick, whoa, that was not how I wanted that to sound. What I meant by that was, does anyone else get annoyed when you're playing a tournament at a local course and you don't start on hole 1? I don't know, maybe I just play disc golf way too frequently because that shit throws off all my mojo. I'm just going to throw that on my list for reasons disc golf tournaments suck, which I'm sure is going to get pretty long by the end of this video. I'm talking longer than my dick here, which is as impressive as this missed putt. You should get used to those over the next couple minutes because it doesn't really get much better. I wasn't kidding when I said this was my worst event I've ever played in. It was that shit. I would make a self-harm joke, but I learned that's the line for being monetized. That's what we do here on Birdogi. Find the line where I can't get paid and safely straddle over it, like I assume every Colt putter would. I started on hole 4, which wasn't recorded. Not a bad thing either, as it was an easy par. I plan ahead mentally for getting a par on the first hole because I'm bound to fuck something up, but I only give myself the pass once. Hole 5 is an absolute birdie on the classic layout at Gray Fox. For some reason, back in the day, some idiot decided to choose the worst time to throw a short hole in the mix. A chip forehand that even Drew can't mess up. Joel might putt with daggers, but damn it, he uses them well. Drew, I'm surprised he made that. For myself, I was stressing so hard not to fuck up the star frame by being CTP, which I did many times round 1. I'm going to say I luckily converted, moving on to what for me, I call the make or break hole for my tournament. Literally, only in sanctioned shit do I hit one of these trees. And round 1, I was by the fucking road. Not sure how the hell that happens, but leave it to me. Somehow managed to miss everything and be at the top of the hill. I'm considering that a huge win, even if that putt sucked. Ready for reason 2 I hate tournaments? And I'm not even referencing the huge backup that I had to sit through. So long, in fact, that I could have repped out 2 quickies. That being a tug on the old human flute, of course, because I putt with focuses, so you know I ain't fucking. So after I threw this drive, I knew it was probably going to be close to the next tee pad, which had a group on it. However, I was pretty confident it wasn't going to hit anybody. But that being said, I did quietly say 4 in case something bad did happen, so the people up top could at least vouch I said something. To my defense, I knew the group behind us had someone putting, and I didn't want to be the asshole to yell something in his backstroke. Also, I'm the type of guy to not yell when he has bingo because I'm too much of a pussy. Was the guy by the tee pad where my disc skipped justified yelling at me? Maybe. You know what? I'll take that one on the chin. But fuck, you didn't get hit. How about you laugh it off and carry on with your round? Everyone knows you gotta watch down there. You're in the perfect landing zone for way too turned over forehands. Joel, chill. Or gonna make me say something good about the daggers. Grabbing the only birdie on hole 7 all tournament. Huge bonus. I might not be throwing good here, but at least my discs look pretty. Courtesy of Ink Me Dice. Sorry guys, but they staked me for this event and I couldn't have done any worse, so I gotta give them plenty of shoutouts. You know, so they'll be stupid enough to try this again? It's for the people after all. So please guys, say something nice about the colorful frisbees down in the comments for me, even if I chuck them directly into the rough. You know what, I was actually just setting up this dope shot with my Ink Me Dice yarn. See what I did there, as I try to joke off another missed putt? You'd think I'd get used to the pain by now, but nope. Is it me, or does everything that could go wrong in tournaments go wrong? I play in leagues all day, and everything is perfectly fine. But shit, as soon as the word tournament gets whispered, it's like Disc Golf Jesus hears it and curses the damn thing for me. Maybe I should take it easier on the fact that he putts with voodoos, but come on, the pars just write themselves. Somehow, I ended up here with no look besides the tiniest of holes. Drew knows what I'm talking about, but still, I was chillin'. I found my line, and then my hand hit something on my backswing that I didn't even once graze in all of these damn pump fakes. I felt like a fucking glitch user. You know what I mean. Time for excuse number 3. If you're gonna have tournaments on courses with multiple baskets, I feel as if the ones not in play should be removed. I'm just saying, maybe I'm an asshole, but if I was a basket, this would just feel icky. But for most of the holes, this wasn't even done, leaving opportunities for players to throw in them and be left in awkward situations. You ever have holes you absolutely love but are terrified to play in times when it matters? That's hole 12 for me. Definitely a bonus birdie. Has a long, narrow tunnel that plays well for my hyzer flip. But in any type of event, all I can think as I step up to the damn tee pad is, don't hit the tree, don't hit the tree, don't hit the tree, don't hit the tree. Thankfully, I didn't. Although, hit another stupid branch tossing me into the rough. But just to prove to you guys I like this hole, watch as I demonstrate the correct line. This time it just happened to be in 3 less layers of close. This leads me perfectly into my next excuse. Who the fuck wants to play in 10-degree weather? Nobody. That's who. Personally, I chose the option of not freezing my nuts off, since I like when they get licked, instead of, being practical with how many shirts I can have on without messing up my form. The answer is, I don't really know, because I definitely was wearing too many shirts. But I'm a bigger bitch than berg throwers when it comes to the cold. I hate it, and it sucks because the next weekend it was back to 50 degrees. Stupid ass Wisconsin. I'm surprised I didn't end up on the OB cement this round, since I did it twice the first go around. Embarrassing, but it did in fact happen. I think at this point you can visibly see how frustrated I was because I was completely over disc golf. And that never happens to me. There's just something about tournaments that can just suck the soul out of me, and not in the good way. That's been my biggest hurdle, but solely because I think I can make some cool videos. But who knows, that's for the future. And if there's one thing about destroyer throwers, they love living in the past. After another long ass wait in the freezing cold, it was time to throw a simple hyzer. And somehow, I landed in a spot I've never even been in over a decade of playing this fucking course. Not documented by the homie Stoner Santa, but this was the time of the round I folded my destroyer in half. Didn't affect it, but I tried my best to break the shit out of it. Also, shout out my boy Zach for filming and caddying both rounds. Sorry for the shitty disc golf. Hopefully next time it goes better. Guys, are you seeing this? I actually made a putt for once in my life. That never happens. And this was one of those times I probably should have not ran it with the dangerous hill right behind it. But fuck it. I've never laid up for once in my life. What do you take me as? A rock thrower? I had less faith in myself hitting this gap than the past putt, so I don't even care if I was hella long for birdie. I was just pissed I gave myself even this much of a comebacker. Can't blame me after the shit putts you've seen this entire round. Comment below what disc you think this is, because I promise you the only person who can tell me is Ink Me Dies himself. But if someone does, I'll give them a disc. Also, I'll reveal it in the next video, so you'll have to subscribe to find out. Hey, would you look at that? It's one of those baskets not in play. Mark that as another excuse. It's been a while since I've given a reason why disc golf tournaments suck. Oh, here's one. Because I lose all ability to use my actual form. Yeah, it's as stupid as it sounds. I just forget. I don't know a better way to explain it. All the muscle memory and practice just goes away in an instant. Even when I'm playing good, it's not how I play. I can't even explain what's happening. It's fucking dumb. But put it on the list. Also put tree kicks on that bitch too, because why are they always significantly worse? We're talking over 100 feet. Same goes for the rolls. Again, is this some sick game from Disc Golf Jesus in the Sky or something? I feel like it's shittier than pigs out here. Talking the disc, of course. I would never disrespect Wilbur like that. But people that use thumb tracks, yeah, they're free game. Don't worry, my putts are still worse, but at least I keep it interesting on where I miss. Would you look at that, playing hole 1 at the very end of my round. Yay! I almost shit myself because I thought I was going to fuck up this easy birdie when I just double bogeyed. With no confidence left in the tank, the putt stuck, but whatever I still had was drained when I realized we were playing hole 2 short. Sorry, I might be dramatic, but how in the fuck do you take away the best hole on the course from the annual event? I don't care if it's 5 degrees outside. If we decide to come out and play, don't strip us from our right to play hole 2 long. You don't sacrifice that many trees and say, nah, we aren't going to use it for the most prestigious fall event in the area. I mean, look at what it used to be. And it was the worst boring hyzer in the world. And then our world expanded with the creation of the magnificent hole. We already pussified it by calling it a par 4. But in my eyes, that's an eagle, so I'm cool with it. But nope, we get the bitch that is the short. And that was the only hole I birdied both rounds. That's how easy it was. Okay, that was my last excuse on why disc golf tournaments suck. Essentially because that was the only reason I wanted to make this video. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. I can't even remember the last time I was pissed off is when I read the players meeting email and realized we were playing hole 2 short. Just fucking stupid. Huge thanks again to Ink Me Dice for getting me into the tournament, and to Mr. Fox for being on the bag. Sorry I sucked, guys, but hopefully you laughed along the way. Okay, now subscribe if you haven't, don't putt with judges, and go fuck yourself, I guess.